That's a little bright. Hey, good morning, guys. I'm Dennis. I am the co-founder and COO of Cut Golf. We launched about 2 years ago, actually, on a whole whim as being avid golfers, not really knowing what we were going to do. We lost a lot of golf balls playing a sport that we all really loved and decided that there had to be a better way of essentially paying for golf balls. We all have somewhat of a manufacturing background. I'm actually background in energy and solar, selling a lot of modules, so I understood that the supply chain aspect of it you can optimize, and when you look at golf balls, which is probably the most important thing in a golf game, it's super inflated as far as pricing, so we figured out there had to be a better way. So this is actually the founding team. I'm on the left, obviously. Our creative director is the guy in the white hat. Sam's my business partner. He's the founder. He's the one in the middle. Steve with the sunglasses, the tall dude on the white polo, that's our VP of marketing. And then the other co-founder on the right in the red hat is our VP of sales. We all play a lot of golf, and we all lose a lot of golf balls, so we shared the mutual pain on trying to figure out how to do this. As a startup about 2 years ago, we really didn't have a lot of resources or money to launch a company. We actually launched it strictly on social media with a $0 marketing budget, which to this day I'm pretty proud of how much traction we've gained in the last 2 years with a $0 budget. So the next slide is obviously what we really heavily depend upon, which is actually social media and digital media marketing. We launched on Instagram and Twitter, and like I said, we were actually freaking out about spending $20 to pay for an influencer to help make a post. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, nowadays you're spending thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, what, a Kardashian is a couple $100,000 for a post, and we were freaking out about a $20 post from one of the golf influencers that are out there. We've actually organically grown our Instagram following to about 14,000 now. Twitter's a couple thousand, and you know, this is free advertising. If you really want to look at how to get customer engagement and show your lifestyle, show a personal aspect of a brand and company, today it's all about social media. Everything that we do, we always think about digital and social media first. We have a very good mentor. He came from the Interscope industry, so very rock and roll, boots on the ground, hustle and grinding kind of methods, and basically he told us every day, whenever you're out there golfing or you're at an event, make sure you capture content, because that is ultimately what's the most important thing, and that's how you connect to customers. And actually, we have a lot of direct messages, a lot of comments and interactions with our customer base through social media, and that's customer service that you don't have to pay for. It's not a platform you have to get a third party for, and it's organic. So over the last couple of years, we've grown up a little bit. As you can see, we've been prominently mentioned on some pretty big media outlets. Most notably, this past holiday, we were featured on Kelly and Ryan Live. That's them holding our golf balls on the left. In the bottom right, you can see John Cena. Actually, you probably can't see him, but that's the Today Show. He is also holding our golf balls for a holiday last-minute gift idea. If you look at NBC Golf Channel, Golf Unfiltered, and My Golf Spy, there's some pretty big golf-related media outlets. And then most notably, as you can see in the middle, we were actually awarded a Golf Digest Hot List Award for golf balls in the lowest price category in 2018. So that really allowed us to validate what we're doing when you have a publication like Golf Digest giving you an award, validating your golf ball. What was most interesting, and I apologize, I don't have the slide to show this chart, but they did a test, and basically they categorized golf balls that are less than $25, 26 to 34, and I believe 35 and above. And obviously the golf balls that you're probably most aware of are all in the 35 and above category. And I believe they're all dotted red, and they're in one cluster of this performance graph. And us in the blue category and the cheapest category was actually in that group of the reds. So it goes to show that you don't need to pay money to get performance on a golf ball. So it allowed us to get a very reputable third party to validate what we're trying to do. How we got here was obviously just learning as we went, especially with social media and digital media marketing. And eventually, we started to get to, let's see if it'll go. This is actually our first commercial. This was actually filmed at Strawberry Farms. You'll see it a couple times in the videos that we're doing. Strawberry Farms is very significant to us because that's actually Sam's home course. If you're not familiar with this course, it's actually in Irvine, Southern California, which is where we're based out of. I live here in Scottsdale. Everybody else is in SoCal. As you can see, this course is actually very tight. So if you're not very accurate, you're going to lose a lot of golf balls. And that's why Sam got frustrated. And he's kind of a princess. He has to play the best. He has to play the best equipment. He has to play the best golf balls. But he has a family, 2 kids, and playing every week and weekend with losing 6 golf balls at 20, 30 bucks every time, it starts adding up. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. But this is our first commercial that we ended up filming, and enjoy.
Nice shot. All right. 169 to clear the drink. 7 layers of pure distance. Yeah, I just gotta get the angles right. God dang it! Let me see this. Oh boy. Gotta be kidding me.
So that ad actually launched our campaign for the Don't Be That Guy. Essentially, it's a lifestyle play and messaging where we're making fun of the guys that are wearing the Teva golf sandals or something like that. It's all just to bring a little bit more fun and liveliness to the brand. And we figured that was a good way for people to get engaged and get a good chuckle out of it because it's something that everybody can relate to off of the tee box, especially on the water hole. In that course, as we progressed in 2017, we really realized that as a golf brand and golf company, we should really do something that actually involved golf and playing it. So we decided, and we were one of the first ones actually in the golf ball and golf industry to do this. After spending 20 bucks here and there on Instagram, we got all the Instagram influencers that we're working with and reached out to a bunch of other ones as well and some local celebrities for our first annual Cut Golf Invitational. So it was social media driven. The invitational was open to the public for people to join. And then we also had a charitable donation component to it. We helped raise a couple $1,000s for a family who recently lost a family member to brain cancer, who was actually also a member at Strawberry. So Sam actually met the guy on the driving range a couple times. That created our next group of video and content, which I will now play for you guys. And that's actually one of our slogans. Some people asked us, why did you guys call yourself Cut Golf? It actually has a lot of different meanings, both from a business perspective and from the golf side as well. Cut is actually a type of shape of a shot. You go left to right a little bit. But obviously more important to us was cutting out the middleman, cutting out the inefficiencies of the business, and being able to sell a premium quality golf ball at a fraction of the price. So this video is this past 2018 Invitational. I think you'll be able to compare this version, which was with the one previously, that we've started growing up a little bit as a brand. The brand and company is getting a little bit more attention, and the video quality is getting better. And I guess you can kind of say that we're starting to figure out what we're trying to do. So enjoy this 2018 version. So the significance of that last frame was the kid that was swinging it. This past year, he was the reason why we had the charitable component to our invitational. His name is Nico, and he was diagnosed with leukemia as a little kid. And as him and his family were fighting through leukemia and just keeping their mood positive as possible, his aunt, I believe his aunt, dropped off a backpack at the hospital one day, and the backpack was full of like coloring books, toys, and other things that they can play with in the hospital room. And for that one day, Nico and his family just were able to forget about the fact that they were in a hospital, that they were fighting leukemia. And the mom and dad realized that these backpacks were actually pretty significant. So they founded a foundation called Team Nico, and basically we were able to raise a couple $1,000s to help them out this year. And what they would do is they would buy and get donations for toys and books and fill them with in backpacks and actually drop them off at children's hospitals for other kids that had diseases and illnesses that they were fighting as well with their families, to help them boost their moods as well. So every year we look to do something charitable and to give back to the community as well. They met Nico through Sam, who I believe has some coaching through ice hockey connection back in Southern California. So that was very significant. As you can see, everybody was following the group in the playoff hole, but they were just messing around on the tee box, and his first swing, he actually destroyed that ball and hit it really well. So we're really excited to have that captured on the moment. So that was our second year's invitational. So as you can see, we grew up a little bit. But what was significant about that, especially in the 2018 invitational, was we started getting more media attention, and one of which was a affiliate group called Golf Life TV. They actually work with Fox Sports and Fox Sports affiliates, and they were actually on site for our tournament, documenting the entire thing, and a lot of the segments are being aired throughout their segments. And I believe this is their version of the invitational.
We're in a playoff here at the Cut Invitational. You got to go for the gold and hit it right down the middle.
Our number is 109.
Our process? We gotta sink this thing. We gotta sink it. We gotta sink it for the people.
What's going on, everybody? Colt Little here with Sam Bootstrapped from Cut Golf. How we doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Good, good. We're out here at Strawberry Farms for the Cut Invitational. Describe the Cut Invitational and what it means to you guys and the golf industry.
Well, to us, today where we get together with all of our friends, whether it's from the industry, social media, press, we get together and not only do we have fun, but we also raise money for a good cause.
This is truly one of the best events for people that just truly love the game.
Oh man, Cut's been a great brand. They were the first to kind of bring the influencers to an event and just create this madness of a week or weekend. And now other brands are following in their footsteps. It's huge for the game.
It's all about bringing people together, having a good time, and supporting a good cause with Team Nico this year.
I'm loving it. This is my first year here, helping out Nico and the crew, and just having fun with the guys.
I think this is where golf needs to be pushed to in the first place. You want to make a more fun environment, a little more laid back, as well as get back to the community and look after one another.
Players were having fun all day long. We saw some great shots from those playing the Cut golf ball. But the action didn't stop there. Through 18 holes, we had two teams tied at the top of the leaderboard and went to a one-hole, sudden-death playoff.
What's the strategy here for the Cut playoff?
You know, we're going to keep playing the same game we've been playing all day. Birdies, birdies, and then birdies.
This one-hole playoff, we're going to go big or go home. We're going to be very aggressive, and we're going to win.
People take the safe route over to the right over there. They hit cuts towards the trap. Other people believe in themselves, and they pipe it right down the middle 310. You know? I mean, we could all hit it right. There's no fun in that. We're in a playoff here at the Cut Invitational.
Both teams had short approach shots to the green. Put it close, and you were in control.
This is what golf should be all about. I mean, honestly, if I'm not hearing crowds trying to echo me, I don't want to play golf.
In the end, Team 2 had an unfortunate error on a chip from the fringe, giving Team 1 an easy line to the victory.
We gotta sink this thing. We gotta sink it. We gotta sink it for the people.
Guest player the Predator, sinking this one to seal the victory.
So I guess that's the end of the video. So this was being aired and being produced for the Fox Sports affiliate. So that was our first real big entrance into some of the bigger medias. We've actually been featured in a quick segment about our golf balls by Golf Life on Fox Sports affiliates in the past. So they're a good partner of ours, and we decided to bring them on board as being our official documentator, I guess, documentator of our second annual invitational. And we're working to do more with them down the road as well. And then this is the Super Bowl ad that we just ran.
Sorry about the mix-up.
So we did this because the creative director and the genius mind behind it, Kieran Koshi, was actually a big fan of our brand and reached out and decided that he wanted to partner with us and take advantage of a very important day for advertising and media marketing, which is Super Bowl Sunday. As you're probably aware, we're freaking out about spending 20 bucks on Instagram. We're definitely going to freak out about spending $2 million for Super Bowl Sunday. So we figured out some creative ways to release it, and that was actually through social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, using press releases, and his advertising and marketing networks, our golf networks, and we're able to garner a pretty good amount of reach and impressions on this video itself, and it actually made the best ads TV during SB Week, which was actually pretty cool for us. So the biggest takeaways that I have to give to you guys as a growing brand that really had no idea what we're doing is always social first. That is how you will interact and communicate to your good customers on a regular basis. Smartphones are your best friends. You don't need a camera or a phone or anything like that. You just use your phone to capture video and photos. Take advantage of the events that you're doing. You're already spending money on events or going to places, might as well grab content out of it so you're not spending extra money to do a specific set, and it becomes more organic and more tangible to people. And then lastly, be active and don't be afraid. Your messaging and branding will be on point if it's genuine. So if you speak about your brand, you have some passion about it, it will typically resonate with people that you're talking to. And thank you.
Hang on, we have time for a couple of questions of Dennis.
Hi, Brad from Spotify. What was the business impact on the $2 million effort during that Super Bowl week? What happened afterwards?
We got a lot of traffic. Realistically, that was what it was all about. It was brand awareness. We didn't really have any goals because of the fact that we've never done this before. So essentially, we're just measuring the impact of the traffic itself on our website, which through that Super Bowl weekend, and we were teasing it beforehand and the week after, since it was living on these websites and press releases, we started just continually seeing residual traffic to the website.
Any endorsement deals from the PGA?
No. So that's one of our biggest core foundations is that we don't sponsor golfers. We don't do anything on the professional side because guess what? The golfers end up paying for it. I mean, you're buying an expensive golf ball, not because it's more expensive to make than others, is actually because you're paying for a $3 million contract that Rory just signed, or Ricky Fowler just signed with TaylorMade. I think that was like $3 million. Well, guess what? It's you guys that are paying for it, not them. So we don't believe in doing that, and we believe in being a golf ball for the people. That's actually one of our